40,000 troops coming in against 8,000. These guys all sent. I think they are going to die, and then the siege for Bardia can begin. And with it, the counterattack. 180,000 against 122,000 infantry, 50,000 against 20,000. The numerical advantage enjoyed by the defenders very much beginning to show through. I don't know why I'm even watching this battle. It's not going to matter very much. Although this is Andalusia losing their troops. Stack wipe no longer possible. 30,000 against 20, and then Andalusia retreating when they are able to do so. Papal States, meanwhile, sheepishly following in behind, going, sorry guys, got here a bit late. Stopped off at the pub for a quick one. Meanwhile, the siege of Cairo is finished, the siege of Algabia has finished, the siege for Rosetta still ongoing. Still at minus 57%, so it's going to take a while for that siege to end. And now the counterattack can begin. Dana is a level 4 fort, Bardia is a level 4 fort, so it's going to suffer a little bit getting through here. They still have that utterly ridiculous amount of defensiveness. So these guys are very, very well entrenched, using all of the defensive modifiers they can possibly get to cause as much attrition as they possibly can. And they are actually suffering the maximum 5%.
Hello.
Hello.
You like the nice Christmas hat that's going to be over Yuan here in a little bit?
I did. I was quite impressed by the war against them, actually.
Yeah, he was like, I'm behind attack. It's like, yeah, I know this. Why do you think I declared a war? And I'm in its Militech 15, where Russia's fire advantage comes into play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw the 20 stacks moving carefully in. I saw you on like holding way back, waiting for you to, I guess, get to the steps. But it wasn't enough. You sent him packing.
Yeah, the funny, he actually almost beat me in a couple of fights because I wasn't paying attention. I was more interested in watching the Mamlukian War.
Yeah, that's going to be a big one. I'm just kind of watching the Ottoman stacks like slowly creeping towards the Mamelukes. Like, this battle doesn't really benefit anyone except for the Ottomans.
And he's been egging on both sides, I'm pretty sure.
Probably.
Which, you know, I mean, it's smart, so...
But it was interesting watching you on just like bleeding off your manpower, but you just had so much of it. It's just as much damage as he could do just was never enough.
Yeah. I mean, and the problem is like he bleed off my manpower, but I still have almost 40 to his 6. So he was taking more casualties than I was.
I mean, chat was saying that Yuan made a bit of a mistake not hiring mercenaries and then scorch earthing in front of you.
Yeah. Well, but I don't know how much of a difference it made because I'd already split my armies in 2. Yes.
You're still allied with the Ottoman.
Cool. I can take a point damage. I don't have to break it. Fuhrer. That's up to me and him if we want to take a point.
I might make that escalate if you don't.
Yeah, exactly. So...
Okay.
I mean, that was the way the rules. You don't want to change it, then we can. Yes, that's
Sorry
fine.
for interrupting.
His point, his point was for people obeying the rules. If they didn't continue to disobey the rules, then he would escalate it. So
yeah, the
I'm
points
really
aren't
sorry,
actually
but I'd like to talk with Hals in a while, and it's important in the matter of the war.
Okay.
So, in my case, we can do it here. Do you still sell your soldiers? And how much do you want?
Yeah, take it to another channel, guys.
Yeah, that's not. Let's
drop that. Okay, so clearly trying to get some condottieri there. Clump, I think, is Mamluks. Let me just double check that. No, that's the empty road. Who's Klemf? Klemf is Hindustan. Aha. Hindustan starting to throw around some of their economic weight. I'm guessing... bloody hell. Yeah, they're fine. 4,000 ducats and no loans. Hey, Martian.
Just wanted to double check with you that do I have to break my alliance with Helton?
You don't have to, but it will be an escalating point penalty. And it will be quite sharp because you've both been warned.
Okay. Alright. How sharp is sharp for this session?
I haven't decided yet. Depends how pissed off I am.
Very fair, very fair. Alright. Thank you, sir.
And it's going to be pretty sharp. Like, that's just taking the piss. I'm thinking minus 20. What do you think, chat? What should it be? Bearing in mind that we penalised Spain and France 3 for being in a joint war. And that's after they had realised, yeah, okay, 20 is a bit too much. However many to make the Ottoman second or third, I mean, that would be a lot. It would be like 30. 15 would be fair. Remember, it's 10 if you lose. Losing a country is 10.
So, Mordred, is that what you want me to do? Because if it is, then I will break the alliance, but...
It will be a penalty. I mean, I'm talking to Chad at the moment, and it will be pretty drastic.
Okay, more... I mean... It's probably going to be on him. I can't win points-wise anyways, the way it's set up. So, it's the Martian, I don't care. I mean, I just think it's funny, because literally the second that it happened, Yuan's like jumping in and telling me I have to do it. That's the only reason I'm doing it, is mainly to piss him off than anything.
Well, we'll have to take another look at the rules if they are being abused that way.
Okay, that's, like I said, that's fair enough. And whatever you decide, if you want me to break it, I will break it. So,
I mean, my preference would be that you should.
Okay, then that's what would happen.
Okay. Said escalating to at least 10. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 10 to 15 would be fair. And they should definitely be, like, docked a couple anyway, because they have been taking the piss, and that's outside the spirit of the game. That should be penalised. Like, I make a big point about it has to be to the spirit of the game. I haven't had to kick anyone yet for that type of thing, but... And the thing I really hate is having to make these decisions live on stream. I like to sit down and think about it, rather than being called on it. What did the players do wrong? Breaking rules. Like, openly. And it's a pretty important rule. The great power and no alliance, because it does prevent the hug boxes. So the rule that they're flaunting right now is, if you are in the top 4 great powers, you may not be allied to each other. And if you're a great power, you can only have one other great power ally. I was penalised higher in my games when it's like, you know, you're being an ass right now. Yeah, I kind of feel the same. Yeah, I definitely do. But then the problem is, like Helson said, he has no points anyway, so do points really matter? Hello.
By the way, Mordred, it literally, as soon as Yuan embraces, he still has 300 more dev than me. I can re-ally him. And he's same tech as me, so I don't. That's the reason I had an issue with the rules last time. Yuan shouldn't be able to ally him, and I can't when he has 300 more dev than me.
See, the thing there is, being behind in tech is pretty important, as you just showed. Anyway, I don't want to talk about this now. We're live right at the moment.
Okay.
How long has Russia been number 4? That's the problem. They keep dipping. 4th, 5th, 4th, 5th, 4th, 5th. I think the attitude needs to be punished more than the crime. I agree. Anyway, this war seems to have drawn into a bit of a stalemate. I mean, they're still trying to take the fort, which is now at 41%. It looks like the Tunisian forces have drawn right back. They're not leaving anyone in Darna to try and contest it. They're not making any efforts to contest Bardia, which is also at 71%. So both of these forts are going to drop at about the same time. And just the losses. Ugh. 358,000 losses for the Mamluk side now. But the war score is definitely shifting. It's now at minus 26. Ticking war score is going to continue to rise because they do control Alexandria. And unless the Pope can do some like crazy naval invasion or something once the lines have shifted forwards, it's kind of unlikely they'll get it back. But then again, one good victory could shift things. Tunis out of manpower. Andalusia out of manpower. Papal States. Papal States still have some. But then the Papal States completely sat that last battle out. And there are a good 30, 40, 50,000 troops there, which they really could have used in that last battle. And here we go. Mamelukes advancing 50,000 men, though, taking 5% attrition. That's a few. And in terms of attrition, they've now lost 103,000 men to the 53,000 which their opponents have lost. Let the chat be the jury and the executioner. That's a terrible idea. I'll take the chat's suggestions under advisement, but allowing chat to be the jury and executioner? Ooh. Also, in terms of naval, how's that looking? 21 heavies for the Tunisians, 15 for the Mamelukes, 70 by the galleys, 0 to 57. So I would say that the attackers have a fairly substantial lead in terms of naval power, and they're not blockading. Not at all. And blockades are a great way of increasing... what's it called? War score. Not war score. War exhaustion. And the more that you can affect war exhaustion, the weaker that nation will become, because they'll start having rebel problems, they earn less money, they have less manpower. It can really start to build up. Ooh, those are Prussian. The Papal States have hired Prussians. They're coming in through the back. Can't see them. Oh, no, we got Hindustan coming in. This is Hindustan versus Prussia. Oh, this is a big one. This I want to see. Prussia's managed to make it to Al-Karak, although that is going to be in the mountains. That's a terrible, terrible place to be caught. They arrive on the 5th. They arrive on the 5th. This could be in either province. Which is the game going to choose? Ah, Prussia got really lucky there, not being caught in the mountains. 5.9 morale versus 6. 120 discipline versus 113. The Prussians with 30 infantry combat ability. Hindustan with 35. Hindustan has out-Prussianed the Prussians. And have indeed defeated the Prussians in a fairly one-sided fight. They did have 5 artillery in the back row versus the 10 here, so they did have some artillery superiority. But yeah, Hindustan, they are scary. They are very, very scary. They had more discipline, they had more morale, and they had more infantry combat. Ooh. But that was a sneaky move. I like some sneaky moves. Oh, battle. 90,000 Mamluks versus 20,000 Tunisians. We do have Milan marching in. We have the Papal States way back there. I think I might even start using ships to start shifting troops forwards a little bit quicker than just marching the whole way. Because at the moment, their forces are taking tremendous amounts of damage simply because they are being surrounded. They're being hit from multiple angles. Flanking does a lot of extra damage. They're being caught out of position. They've got artillery in the front row. Andalusia is going to arrive, but it's going to be way too late. I mean, this battle might even be over by the time they get there. They arrive on the 17th and 26th. Yeah, Tunisia retreats, leaving Andalusia to get shot to pieces. This might well be a stack wipe. The Pope is coming in. It's going to be 50,000 against 90,000. They're still completely outnumbered. Sweden deciding, no, they don't fancy that. Nope, Sweden's going in. Andalusia's running away. The Papal States did arrive, so this is now a mostly papal battle, although the front row is still in some problems. Although the back row for the Papal States, not enough artillery. They only have 12,000 here. They could really have done with some additional, and most of the artillery is probably Tunisian. 100 discipline versus 115 for the Papal States. The Papal States really bring the quality. 6 morale versus 6.1. So the Papal States might well be able to draw this simply by not having any Hindustan here. And there we go. They have actually defeated them. So even though they had some absolutely terrible coordination, and that was really, really bad, they did have enough. They had enough troops trickling through that they were able to see off their opponents. But they need to sort out their backline. They need to bring in some more artillery. They need to even their numbers a little bit more. And they got very lucky that Hindustan wasn't there. Seems a bit Pyrrhic. This is incredibly Pyrrhic. Like, Tunisia is definitely going to have more to gain from this. The more they weaken the Mamluks, the more the Ottomans are going to go, ooh, free real estate, which I now don't need to pay for because they have no troops left. And the more that they weaken the Mamluks in Hindustan, the easier it's going to be for the Ottomans, because who's going to stop them? HRE? Maybe? But the HRE have kind of shown that they're not really willing to be interventionist. And I think it really would take a Hatchery intervention to stop the Ottomans just taking like half of Arabia right now, or maybe even like the core territories of the Mamluks. They're the only ones who are going to benefit from this. Tunis is paying too high a price, and the Mamluks are letting themselves get bled dry. Several million ducats of debt later get one province. Oh yeah, that's another thing. How are the economies looking? So Tunis currently 700 ducats in debt. Andalusia currently 800. Papal States... none. Papal States are actually still okay. Are they getting subsidies? They are not. They're actually paying condottieri. They are actually paying condottieri. These are not just being offered for free. Sweden in particular getting a pretty penny charged for their services. No diplomatic expenses in terms of money being sent. No subsidies being received. Are any of these guys getting subsidies? Milan is sending a little bit to Tunis. Andalusia is not getting any. Mamelukes are not getting any, are not paying any. Hindustan not getting any, paying out to Delhi and Congo for condottieri. Another peace deal being sent by Tunis there. Bengal's AI forces holding the line in Dana. Oh no, being pulled back again. Who else is in this? Hindustan. Guessing you don't have any debt, just because you have a disgusting amount of money, which just disappeared. Where'd that go? Mamluks? You just had 4,000. Did you just build a bunch of stuff? Bloody hell. That's a lot of rebels. That is an awful lot of rebels. They're trying to separate peace out Hindustan. Yes, they are, which is a good move. Like, Hindustan probably doesn't feel like they want to throw too much at this conflict. And Hindustan really does need to save their strength for the Ottoman threat. Or possibly even the Iran threat. Because the other one is Hindustan is allied to Ayutthaya. Iran is probably looking at Ayutthaya going, And in fact, the Ottomans and Iran came to an agreement together, saying the Ottomans, I'll go after the Mamluks if you go after Hindustan. Good work. Paid off Mamluks debt? Possibly. Yeah, Mamluks don't have any. Neither do Delhi. So I think that Hindustan are becoming the Bank of India here. Mamluks currently fighting against Ottoman condottieri. So the Ottoman actually stepping in saying, no, this is my turf. I'm not going to let you have it. And the Prussians once again being defeated. The Prussians not really showing their value here. Kind of in a funny way. The Prussians probably thinking like, we're the special forces, we got this. And then Hindustan going, no. And then the Ottomans going, no. Just seeing if anyone else is joining this. Nope. Just having mass numbers of condottieri and that's it. When was it started? It's just kept on escalating. This war began in 82. It's now 88. So this is the 6-year war so far. And war exhaustion. Ardaland losing a bit. Bengal's losing a... Why is Bengal losing? Huh. They're probably spending points to keep it down. Andalusia's lost a little bit. Tunis has lost a bit. I mean, it hasn't been a huge problem, but again, no blockades. It would be very difficult going after the Red Sea, and Arabia, which is what you'd really need to do to cripple the Mamluks' will to fight. But you could absolutely blockade the territories out here, and Alexandria in particular actually that's a much smaller province than I thought it was. But still, that's going to be like 3 or 4% blockade right there. It would contribute, and it would steal money, especially from the trade in Alexandria. Ah yes, the 6-year war where so many Europeans went and died in Egypt. And Hindustan's being forced to keep troops behind in case of all the separatists. I wonder, how would you tell? Is Hindustan separatist being funded by anyone? I need to find where they actually have rebel chance. Is there a rebel thing here? Unrest. Patan. Separatism, non-accepted, war exhaustion, legitimacy. Not by the looks of things. At least not in these areas. No, it doesn't look like anyone's trying to fund this stuff. Which would definitely be a way of weakening Hindustan, although they've kind of shown that they're able to beat the rebels, but then rebels is basically a manpower tax. The more rebels you have, the more manpower you need to spend on dealing with them. And this is a war of attrition at this point, so any forms of attrition you can deal against them would be useful. Heck, even doing stuff like privateering would be good. Has Hindustan built up any more of a navy? I don't think so. 75 lights. I mean, these guys don't have enough light ships to really do a huge amount of damage with privateers. And also, they would have to leave the comfort of the Mediterranean with the galleys. But they could absolutely be privateering Andalusia. Oh, sorry, Alexandria. Although... yeah, Mamluks collect here. Oh, they're collecting in 2 places. No, Mamluks, no! Where's the other place? Aden? Yeah. Why are you collecting in Aden and Alexandria? If you're worried about the money in Alexandria, just don't collect there. Don't agree with that decision.
So, Mordred?
Hello.
Commonwealth wants my 26-year-old ruler to die. He would get me as a PU.
Yeah, I would say he probably does want your 27-year-old to die.
And apparently Spain's a little busy in the New World and want to contest.
Spain is... oh, okay, I need to talk about this, sorry.
This... Speaking of the devil.
Hi, Spain. Is this a war? Just no. It's okay. I understand what's happening here.
So, when I try to enforce peace, it says invalid target on either.
Hang on. There is a way that you have to go around it. I need to remember how. Cannot enforce peace on your own subjects. Is it a subject interaction?
Let me see.
Because there is a way of you do it on the enemy. You enforce peace on Siberia? Yes, you enforce peace on Siberia. That's how you do it. Spicy Siberia.
Yeah. It says invalid target. Minus 1,000.
Hold on a second. Bacon, jump down for a second.
It doesn't for me. Works for me. I'm doing it from Observer.
Well, sell me maps in the New World, and I might be able to enforce peace for you.
Yeah, okay, hang on. You need to click on the shield. So when you do the enforce peace, make sure you click on avocados from Mexico, and then you should be able to confirm. Doesn't matter if they say no, that just means that you'll declare war on their overlord.
Still no.
Again, it doesn't matter if it says no. Is confirm clickable?
Nope, it's grayed. It's grayed out.
And you're clicking on Spicy Siberia for this, right?
Yes, Spicy Siberia. And when I go for England's colonial nation, same thing.
That doesn't
matter. I don't know if I'm like...
Hang on. So click on Spicy Siberia, then enforce peace, yeah? Are you able to do that?
Nope. Not a touch.
That's weird, because you should be.
I don't know if I'm like half controlled by AI, because whenever I get my corruption down to 0, I get 2 again or something. I don't know. Because my corruption's been perpetually at 2, even though I keep reducing. However, that may be some event I'm clicking through, I don't know, but...
In that case, I would suggest that we stop the session here, which would effectively be a rehost. I mean, we don't have time to do a full rehost now. This stream needs to end.
Yeah, but this is kind of bonkers.
Yeah, it is, and this is something you absolutely should be able to intervene on. So
also,
I would say
I want
let's
to
do that.
tell you something. Avocados from Mexico went 1,300 ducats in debt, coring and with 17k troops. I was taking care of the rebels.
Huh. Impressive.
Yeah. Yes.
Anyway,
AI.
Sorry, I because I've paused it, I need to bring everyone into the channel to say what's happening. So, hello.
We're not ready.
Hello.
I thought we had 10 more minutes.
We do,
Beneficial.
but a pretty big bug has happened.
I
and we're
was-
gonna need to stop here.
What happened?
Hello. I'll explain in a minute. Hello. Hello.
15 minutes.
Hello. So, yes, it was supposed to be ending in 7 minutes, but we are going to have to end the stream here because there's a fairly hefty bug. Basically, there's a colonial war going on. One of the overlords is not able to intervene in it because probably they're semi-controlled by AI or something, so, which would effectively, you can fix it by rehosting, but we don't have time to rehost.
Alright,
Makes sense then.
So we'll end it here because this is a really important intervention, and I don't want the colonial nation to peace out because otherwise they will.
Okay, that's fair.
Luckily, Amortica's holding their own.
So, yeah, we will end it here. So thanks everyone for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed this so far. Players, you've coloured the Middle East red this evening. Like, wow. Just the losses suffered there are eye-watering. And it's going to be very interesting to see what exactly the vultures do next session, because I'm pretty sure that there are
war is
several
still
vultures
going.
circling.
If I was Chinese tech.
And yes, that war is still ongoing, so I'm sorry that we're ending a war between sessions. I know that this is probably going to cause issues, but this is the fairest thing to
Massive
do.
battle.
Yeah.
How y'all gonna fight a war for like 10 years and have it stay at 0? That's all I wanted.
Shenanigans.
Yeah, shenanigans. Anyway, so thank you everyone for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you everyone for playing. If you have enjoyed this, then be sure to hit that follow button to get notifications when I'm live again in the future, just like Praetovori's just done. If you are really enjoying this, then do consider subscribing. Helps the channel out, lets me do more of this kind of content, or you can check out the Patreon at patreon.com/Mordred Viking. I do have a YouTube channel where this entire multiplayer is being uploaded. There's been about a week break in that because we were away for 2 weeks. Those uploads should resume in the next couple of days with last week's session and this week's session. The next session will be next Sunday. This is every Sunday at 3 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time until about 6 p.m, which is where we are right now. It's a constantly recurring thing, so every Sunday we'll be playing this. Then finally, I have a Discord. If you wish to join the community and those who are playing here, then you can find that at discord.gg/Mordred Viking. They're a cool bunch. They know a lot about games. They cause a lot of mayhem. They certainly make shenanigans happen. But it's always nice to see some new people joining us too. Anyway, that's it from us. Thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Give me Chinese tech.
Slurfin, Striker, can I talk to you guys for a minute?
Yes.